If you could make any game series have a VR port, which one would you pick? That's a question I've been asked many times, and my answer to that question has always been Halo. It's the game series that's had the largest impact on me by a mile. It was my first PC game when I was a kid, I've played every single Halo title that's released, and I've met friends through playing Halo that I still know to this day. So if I got to replay any of those games in VR, I would be so happy. And as of yesterday, that dream became a reality. Halo VR. This isn't a joke, this isn't a contractor's mod or any other VR game pretending to be Halo. This is the real deal. You can now play through the whole story of Halo Combat Evolved in VR thanks to a mod released yesterday by LIVINGFRAY. And when I saw that this released on Twitter, I dropped literally everything I was doing, installed it, started up my Twitch stream, put on my headset and played through the first 3 levels of the campaign. And oh boy, is it as glorious as I'd imagined it would be. Now, this isn't some half VR, half flat screen mod where you use a normal controller and just look in VR. LIVINGFRAY has fully converted the game into VR, with 6 degrees of freedom controls for your weapons. And on top of this, you grab the weapons with both hands and it actually affects your aim. None of this one-handed assault rifle shooting you sometimes see in other VR mods. And to be honest, if those were all the features this VR mod added, I'd already consider it amazing. But we aren't even done yet. Want to beat up a grunt? You actually do that by hitting in real life. That's right, this mod has melee motion controls. And I gotta say, playing whack-a-mole with the grunts as they run away from you in terror is super satisfying in VR.
Come here! Hey guys!
Good to see you, sir. Welcome.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. Sorry guys, I did not mean to do that, no one saw that.
Turning on a flashlight, put your hand up to your head to turn it on and off. Crouching, again, done physically in real life. And you might be wondering, what about the weapons that have zoom-ins like the sniper and the magnum? Well, you can do that too, which is something that's often forgotten with VR mods.
Got him. Ho ho ho.
Heck, even the cutscenes are in VR.
Oh.
And you can actually move your head around while the cutscene is happening and see different things and angles that you couldn't see before in the original flat screen game.
You could never see that before. That's so cool.
Clearly there was a lot of work put into this mod and it shows.
Yeah, when you hit, you actually do the animation as well.
Through the 3 missions I've played thus far, the game ran buttery smooth the whole time and I was just having a blast. Blowing up enemies with grenades, mowing down grunts with the assault rifle, sticking enemies with plasma grenades, and no-scoping everything in sight.
I only have 6 bullets. Oh!
Getting to use all the weapons like the Magnum, Sniper, Assault Rifle, Needler, and actually feel like I'm holding them is a really awesome experience.
So amazing.
This is the game we all know and love from our childhoods. It's all there, but this time you feel as if you're actually there doing the actions yourself.
Oh, you know what I should do? I should do this really. I should do the old tactics. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting my aim, I'm getting that aim!
And in terms of the way the mod feels to play in VR, it feels so good. It feels like it's an official port of the game made by like Microsoft or something. And because it's all in VR, the scale of everything is accurate too. The elites are massive, and when the cloaked sword elites run at you, it freaks you out even more.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Walking up to the Pelican, you get this sense of how large it is compared to you, which you didn't really get in the flat screen game. And going across that metal bridge when you first drop into Halo literally gives you vertigo. This is the closest we've ever gotten to becoming Master Chief, feeling like a badass, mowing down hordes of enemies, and like I said at the beginning of the video, it's glorious.
Ah, yes! Awesome.
And if you end up playing this VR mod, you might find yourself noticing things that you may not have before when playing the game in flat screen.
The glowing of that plasma rifle looks amazing.
To top this all off, I experienced all of this in just my first hour and a bit of gameplay. I don't think I stopped smiling the whole time I played, and I can't wait to play through the rest of the game like this. Maybe the flood level will scare me again, just like it did when I was 8 years old. This mod really has made me feel like a kid again, and I can't thank LIVINGFRAY enough for making this. You have literally made one of my dream games for VR a reality, so thank you.
Got him. Woo! Woo! See you later!
Now you might be wondering, how do you get this mod yourself? And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to burst some of your bubbles here because the Master Chief Collection is not supported. In fact, you need the original Halo Combat Evolved CD and the activation code to play this. Because I kept all of my old games, I still had my original CD, but you can pick them up on eBay for quite cheap if you need. Then you simply install the game using the CD, and then you can add the VR mod to that. Even after just an hour, I can say for definite, if you are a fan of Halo, it's more than worth the time and hassle to do this. Getting to experience walking out of that crash drop pod and taking my first steps on the ring, and feeling like I'm actually there, made me feel like a kid again experiencing it for the first time.
Here we go. Halo in VR. Oh, this is amazing.
And I hope this mod makes headlines and does so well that it makes Microsoft pull their fingers out of their butt and port the MCC to VR. Microsoft, please, if you're watching this, charge me an extra 100 quid for the game. I don't care. I will buy it if it means I get to explore this series again in VR.
Microsoft, if you're watching this at some point, please, one, don't DMCA me, and also make Halo VR proper.
And speaking of playing more Halo in VR, I'm actually going to be trying to finish off this campaign today, the 28th of November, on my Twitch stream at 7:30 PM UK time. So there will be a link in the description to that, along with a link to the mod itself for any of you that would like to give this a go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for taking the time to watch it. Leave a like if you feel like it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.